Hi, my name is Colin Shaw. Thank you for your consideration of what I've been working on for the RealSense app challenge. What I've been working on is a system for collecting point cloud information to observe the interior volume of mines and terrestrial peers. There's several things that can take these sorts of readings, so the approach that I've taken has been modular. There would be one module that will be responsible for one frame of a depth map. Of course, there's several devices that can do these sorts of things. The RealSense is by far the most resolute and also the least expensive, but there's also the various editions of the Kinect, and there's industrial devices that do depth measurement. However, they're extraordinarily expensive. That's why this is a very interesting thing to be able to do with the RealSense device, because it provides an opportunity to get into an area where all of the other devices that are in common use are very expensive. So the idea is to have a modular system where there would be a responsibility on the first part of the system for simply taking one depth map image and writing out a JSON formatted output. This would take into account where you say in absolute coordinates the camera is located and what direction it's facing. So say you're doing a pier, you could be turning it around and you could be moving it up and down inside the pier. And each time you invoke this function, it simply takes one image, chucks out all of the bad points, and it writes out one piece of JSON that pre-computes where it is in absolute coordinate space based on where you said it was, what direction it's facing, and the data that it gets. The second part of the project would be a module which will take several of those files and will generate a point cloud out of it, merging them all. That way you can generate the entire interior volume, but it gives you a lot of flexibility with how you actually do the collection. You could kick it off in from a shell script, for example, or however it needs to be done. And it leads to having a modular approach where you can use different types of sensors depending on where you need to be. Of course, our focus is on the RealSense. So, where I've gotten so far is basically a real simple Windows Form application, which allows you to enter the position data, direction data, choose a file for output, capture an image. At some point or other, it'll provide the preview. What it does is it does capture the depth images coming from the camera from the depth stream, and of course it collates those into a byte array ready for being processed and being exported. I've also been working on, let's see if we can get it a little bit better in focus, this simulated pier. That's just a portion of a full circle or cylinder, so that I can adjust the height of the RealSense camera and, you know, probably get about 4 images vertically out of it. That'll allow me to test and demonstrate that this notion of using the RealSense camera by varying the position and direction information will indeed be able to generate a point cloud in the second module. Thank you for paying attention to what I'm doing. It's been a real blast.